Hawaii, the Aloha State, the Sandwich Islands, whatever nickname you want to use. Hawaii is a fascinating state. Not only are they cut off from the mainland United States, but they have no professional sports teams. And today, I'm going to figure out if they could. Play the intro. Before we start, a quick history lesson. Most, if not all of you, probably didn't know, but Hawaii has had a few pro sports teams, semi-pro teams. In the 70s, Hawaii was home to minor league football, baseball, and soccer teams. The Pacific Coast League's Hawaii Islanders even lasted from 1961 to 1987. And for this video, I will be using the World Football League's Hawaiians logo as a placeholder logo for the prospective team. So it was sustainable in a pinch, but could a sports team in Hawaii work long term? No, it's impossible. And here's why. Out of the gate, there's a glaring issue. No prospective owner. No one with a lot of money has said, I want to bring a pro sports team to Hawaii. Nobody with a lot of money who could not only pay an expansion fee in between $500 million to $1 or $2, maybe even $3 billion, but consistently operate a team without going into financial troubles, has told the world they want a team in Hawaii. Neither the Hawaiian government nor the locals have shown any interest in a team as well. Hawaii sports fans either just root for the University of Hawaii, are transplants, retired people, or tourists with their own loyalties, or have other options I didn't mention. Hawaii also doesn't have as much corporate support to sponsor the team or sell skyboxes to. In today's world of sports, corporate sponsors are vital. Hawaii has businesses, but not many local places have the giant capital to sponsor the team. And by sponsor the team, it can vary from slapping their logo inside the stadium or stitching the company name on the jerseys. There's two more problems that I think kill the idea of a Hawaiian pro sports team: time zones and travel. Take a look at this diagram for example. If a game in October starts at 6 p.m. Hawaiian time, that's 9 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Mountain, 11 p.m. Central, and 12 a.m. midnight Eastern. I should probably mention that Hawaii doesn't follow daylight savings time, so if it were a game in February, time falls back an hour, except Arizona, who goes to the Mountain time zone until then. But back to the point. East Coast fans suffer when their team plays in the Pacific time zone, and games don't start until 7 or 7:30 Pacific, 10 or 10:30 Eastern. This might not seem like as much of a problem, but the leagues need all the eyeballs they can get watching on TV. Not like fans in the Pacific time zone are in a better spot. Pacific fans would have to wait 3 hours for their teams to start. Scheduling start times would also be a mess. You can't schedule games earlier because then the locals who have work either can't go or will show up late to games. And then there's travel. Oh boy. When my family and I went to Hawaii a few years ago, we had to make a layover in Phoenix. Because if you didn't guess by now, it's not exactly easy to fly directly from St. Louis to Honolulu. And by not exactly easy, I mean it's near impossible. I say near impossible because it's possible to fly from Chicago to Hawaii, but it would take 9 hours. The flight from Phoenix to Honolulu was almost 7 hours. Not only does that affect the other teams flying to Hawaii, but the Hawaii team as well, who would be forced to play at home for long stretches sandwiched between long road trips. And history has shown that teams playing on the road for prolonged periods often leads to disaster. Just ask the 1974 Kansas City Scouts how playing all of October on the road worked out for them. When the list with how many miles a team travels in a season comes out, Hawaii would very well be the highest traveling team. Even though they are paid millions, it isn't easy for athletes to travel across the country and play their absolute best every game. It wouldn't be an easy sell for free agents to sign in Hawaii. That and Honolulu is one of the most expensive cities to live in, so that doesn't help. Then comes the stadium. Let's take a quick detour and talk about Aloha Stadium, the old one. Aloha Stadium opened its doors in 1975. Built mainly of steel to avoid paint, the building would constantly rust due to Hawaii's tropical climate. Aloha Stadium was also a unique stadium in that it could change shapes. One day it's shaped to host football, the next baseball, the next a concert. But constantly changing shapes and trying to maintain the rusting infrastructure became a headache. Then in December 2020, Aloha Stadium was condemned. The Rainbow Warriors currently play at the Clarence T.C. Ching Athletics Complex, which looks like a modified high school stadium field. There are new plans for a brand new stadium and entertainment district. New Aloha Stadium will have a capacity of 25,000. Works for a lower D1 college football program, but not for another league, which I'll get to in a little bit. While this plan was announced recently, new Aloha Stadium won't open until fall 2028. And that's the outdoor stadium. The biggest indoor arena, the Stan Sheriff Center, can hold 10,300 people for basketball. It has hosted some NBA preseason games, but that's not sustainable. And this does not look like an NHL arena, even if it met capacity requirements. And the worst part of it all, the University of Hawaii most likely gets the first call for games unless an agreement is made between the university and the team. So in a realistic world, a professional sports team in Hawaii is impossible. But reality is boring. Let's have fun and say it is possible. Stay with me. If Hawaii were to get a professional sports team, which league would it be? Immediately, the NHL is off the list. Not only is the winter sport a tough sell in paradise, but constant jet lag from an 82, make that 84 game season, an arena not made for hockey, and the lack of hockey culture isn't exactly promising. Yes, the NHL has turned places like California, Texas, and Florida into hockey markets, but Hawaii is a whole different ball or puck game. The only positive I can see from this would be Hawaii's tourism in fall and winter going up, with all of the opposing fans flying to the islands when their team plays in Hawaii. Same applies for the NBA, who also plays 82 games in the regular season. Both sports have teams play back-to-backs, which could only work for Hawaii if they played both games at home or both on the road. The only way it could work is if one game is played in Hawaii during the day, and the team immediately flies to Los Angeles or Anaheim afterwards. That and the Stan Sheriff Center was not made to host a team in either league. It has hosted preseason games, but it isn't sustainable. Major League Baseball is another league out of the running. Fun fact, Hawaii did host a 3-game series in 1997 between the St. Louis Cardinals and San Diego Padres. But that was a one-time thing. MLB has 162 games in the regular season. Oftentimes, teams will play as many as 9 or 10 days in a row. Once again, it isn't easy for athletes to constantly board a plane, get to a city, and get prepared for games. The stadium also won't have a roof, so there's the threat of rain as well. And if you didn't notice by now, new Aloha Stadium is built for football, not baseball. You do the math. Speaking of football, the NFL might seem like the best option since the Pro Bowl used to be at Aloha Stadium, but remember new Aloha Stadium and its capacity of 25,000? That's less than the Chargers at StubHub Center. Nowhere near enough for an NFL team. And the NFL broadcasting partners and schedule makers would have a fit trying to make start times work. That leaves one league left, Major League Soccer. And out of all the 5 North American leagues, MLS is the most likely to have a pro team in Hawaii. And here's why. Soccer is an international sport and would be the best option for a Hawaii team. MLS's schedule is very similar to the NFL, where teams usually play once a week. This gives teams enough time to adjust to time changes before games. Soccer has shown that it doesn't care about start times. New Aloha Stadium's capacity also meets MLS requirements. And in the event there is a scheduling conflict, one of the two could use the Clarence T.C. Ching Athletics Complex. The only thing missing is an owner saying, "I want an MLS team in Hawaii." In the end, a professional sports team in Hawaii is near impossible. No owner nor the locals have shown any interest, and the leagues don't seem to be interested either. Not saying the Hawaii pro sports team dream is dead, but as of now, and for a while, it's a big no. Sorry, Hawaii. Let me know if you think a professional sports team in Hawaii could work. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment, and share this video with others. I'll see you in the next video.